We're live? Fantastic. Hello everybody, once again, it's Friday, Facebook Live, where we're going to and hopefully answer all the questions that you've got. As many questions as possible. We've already had quite a few that have been sent in advance, which will come to them as we do. Can I say a thank you though for all those people that downloaded last week's Speak to the Inventor, and that was around about 250 people. The previous week before that we had 460, I think it was. So you can always download it afterwards if you can't catch it. So let's get going. Let's have some questions from our fantastic marketing team, which are over there. And yeah, let's see where we go.
So the first question is from Maisie, and she's asked, why did you decide to make the radiator different colours?
Why did I decide to make the radiator different colours? Well, the original colour that we were going to put into it was like a creamy colour. I can't remember the RAL colour to be honest, but it was like a creamy colour. But then when we launched the product, we realised that there was quite a broad spectrum of customers that came to us, and we asked the question of our customers, did were happy with the creamy colour that we want? And the answer was no. So we ended up making it white. So the standard it comes in is high gloss white. But our MD is a woman, and she wanted to be able to make the radiator a feature within a room. So we worked with our fabricating company, and now we offer 1,625 different colours and textures. But it was our boss that wanted it to happen.
So we've got a question from Luke, which is, what's the best way for someone to test their heating system to make sure it's running properly?
Quite a broad question, but I won't go on about other heating systems. But with our heating system, we test all our radiators. It's a 100% test. Everyone that leaves the factory is tested this way as well. We test our radiators to CE standards. So we are CE approved, and we're independently tested for CE approval. And that standard, one of them standards that's in place is we're not allowed to sell it if it goes 5% over what its actual power is or 10% under. So one of the things that we have is we have a trust care package, and what a trust care package effectively does is it allows you to call on us once a year, and we will go around to your property. We'll test all of the radiators comply to CE standard. If they don't, we will repair them and fix them. It also allows you to have a full refresh on one of the radiators. So where we can either change the colour, or we will completely put it back to factory standard by replacing the lid, the sides and the front. Yeah, again, in whatever colour you want. Within reason, I suppose, if we have that colour in.
So Stuart has asked, if I have an issue with my NEOS system, how quickly can I expect support, and what's the process to getting things fixed?
The process to getting things fixed, as soon as you think that there's something wrong, please call into the team. There's loads of lads and lasses out there that will definitely help you with anything that you have. How quickly we can respond generally depends on how geographically in the country where you are. If you are miles away from it, we will aim hopefully within a 48-hour period. If it is super urgent and it's 3 foot of snow outside and you've no heating, we'll try and get a local electrician, because we have teams of local electricians that work with us when it comes to doing other electrical work that's needed in properties. So we do consumer unit swap outs and various other things like this. But generally, we will have somebody in the area if it's midweek, because we've got engineers and fitters up and down all over the country. That will pop in normally within a 48-hour period, but we'll be as quick as we can.
So we've had a question in from one of our customers. This was emailed in to us yesterday, and it's from Suzanne. And Suzanne just wants one heater, but she wants to put it in a conservatory. Can we do this?
That is completely fine. If you call into on the 0800 599 109 number, and say you want a conservatory heater, we have a sister company which is called the Conservatory Heating Company, and they've specifically got radiators that are designed to fit where dwarf walls, so short but quite long, and we have thin ones as well that are only 44 centimetres wide and 122 tall, where wall space is a premium, but they will guide you through that process. Alternatively, go straight onto the website, the Conservatory Heating Company, and you can do it yourself. You don't have to have anybody come around and visit. You just fill in the data, and it'll take you through sheet to sheet, page to page, and at the end it will spit out what's needed for your conservatory. You can then order it, you can pay for it. We'll receive that, we'll wrap it, deliver it, get it all ready for you, and we'll deliver it for you just like we would a normal radiator. We can install it if you want, or you can self-install. It's very easy to install. It was designed for self-installation, to be fair. So yeah, the Conservatory Heating Company.
Jack has asked, how long were you in the army for, and how do you go from that to heating?
Wow, big question. I think we've had this question before, to be honest. So if we do repeat some, it's just that other people ask what is a common question. I was in the army for 11 years, and that was the Royal Military Police. I can already hear the boos out there for all of the other ex-serving people. But yeah, it was 11 years, and I didn't get into the engineering side of things really until I left the military, and then went into the gas and oil industry, where I became a commissioning and decommissioning engineer in using liquid nitrogen and various other things to decommission and commission what's called an above ground installation, or oil rigs and things like that. That's when it all started getting a bit engineering, a bit technical. But it was a really old boss of mine that introduced me to an electric product. And I was working on the tools at the time. I was a plasterer, a plumber, electrician, a floor and wall tiler, and the opportunity came to go back into a suit and sell this product, and that was many years ago. But that was my first insight into the product, and it was a German product. It was quite a good product. It was a German product. But then obviously everything led on to this, where we are here today with the NEOS product. Lovely.
So we've had a question from Susan, and Susan's asked, why do I have to have an appointment to buy one of your radiators?
Susan, you don't have to have an appointment to have one of our radiators. The reason we offer appointments is because it is a free service, and one of our guys or girls will visit your home, and they'll give you the best advice, what we feel is for the space that you want to heat. But if you ring into us, we can tell you how to do that. And it's a very simple calculation. We can advise you the best way to do that, and you can buy one of our radiators under our advice if you wish. So you don't have to have somebody to come out, but it is free. And why wouldn't you want to get somebody that does this on a daily basis to come into your property and give you good sound advice, where it's going to go, how much it's going to be, and how we're going to get rid of your old system as well, because we also do that as well. Any more questions?
So Carl has asked, do you have a NEOS?
Do I have a NEOS?
Yeah, like in your home.
Yes, yeah, we do. In our house, we're what we class as a hybrid house, where we're still with a little bit of gas, and we're still with it's probably a 50-50 split, to be fair, for electric. We have our we have our NEOS. We have 2.5 kilowatt radiator, 2.5 kilowatt radiator, in our conservatory. We have the downstairs loo with a small one in there as well. We have the office in there as well. So when my wife wants to work at home in the winter or the cold month, she doesn't have to warm the whole house. She can just sit in the office. We've got a 2 kilowatt in there as well. And we have one in my daughter's bedroom as well, because she wanted to control her own heat without being the rest of the house warming up. When she had friends over, she wanted to put the heat up. I don't know why, but so we put one in there for her to do what she wanted. Just getting a drink of water. Any more questions from the beautiful marketing team?
So we've had a question from Suzanne in the comments, and Suzanne said that they had just electric heaters installed last year to replace storage heaters, but it's costing them quite a lot more to run. What are they doing wrong? Where are they going wrong?
So, well, most of the time the storage heaters that people have that we find are quite old storage heaters. So they're not working to performance, so they're not pulling what they would, hence people are cold. Or what's happening is the heat is not lasting all the way through into the afternoon. So then they're putting supplementary heating on as well. And ours have been put in and are costing more. What you can't use our technology or electric heaters, to be fair, radiators, like you would a gas system or a night storage system, because they're completely different. Our suggestion is keep all rooms warm, very comfortable base temperature, and only heat the rooms that you want. If you try and use it like a gas system, it's just not effective to work it that way. It's a smart, intelligent heating system. It's not, well, let's warm the whole house up when I'm only sat in the front room. So it's yeah. If you call in, we'll give you some advice. And or what you can do is you can request one of our advisors to pop in when they're next in the area, and they'll have a look at the system for you as well. Or additionally, what you want to look at as well is what tariff you're on. So if you're on an Economy 7 tariff, where you're paying cheaper electricity from 12 o'clock till 7 in the morning normally, and then you're paying more expensive electricity from 7 in the morning all the way through round to midnight again. If you're running our system on that expensive rate, it will cost you more money. What you need to do is get off that Economy 7 rate, go onto a tariff like the Octopus Cozy tariff, which we recommend, and then you're going to get 8 hours, 50% reduced energy, and you're going to have our system, which will again help and contribute towards saving money on your bills. So yeah, check the tariff. If you're unsure, please call in, and the guys and girls will help you. Good question though.
So David has asked, why did you go to America?
Why did we go to America? We went to America initially, and it was to New York, and it was to New York, and we went on what's called an incubator hub, and it was to see, we got picked out of quite a few companies, to be fair, to see if our product could be used or exported to America, or we could build our product in America. And we went out there for a week. We looked at various places like the Brooklyn Armour Terminal, various other places, and we worked with Greentown Labs and quite a few other organisations. At the end of that, we established that we could export our product or build our product in America. And then we got awarded something called Scale for Climate Tech. And Scale for Climate Tech was a 9-month project where we got access to experts in import, export, contract manufacturing and various other things like this, where we could tap on their knowledge, and they would improve our technology readiness level and our manufacturing readiness level, TRL, MRL, so we could get to a point where we could do that. And that ran for 9 months. And at the end of that, again, we got an Explorers grant, so we went out there again to go see if we could, where we could, and we visited a lot of contract manufacturers out there. Now what's happened is we've been awarded a place in the Brooklyn Armour Terminal. Have a look at it online if you want. It's a huge, huge place where we're going to put our radiators in office space out there, and we're going to be able to test them in that local environment with an intention of then being able to do some live lab tests in the Brooklyn, the New York area, in domestic properties to see how that works. So that's why we went. It was very exciting. Yeah, we paid for nearly all of it, most of it ourselves, to be fair. But watch this space and see what happens.
So we have had a comment back from Suzanne, and she said, thank you, it's complicated as our home is a holiday let, so I need help on how to control it. She says she has come off Economy 7, but is going to call in for some more specific help. Yeah,
if she calls in for some more specific help, it may be that she needs to change the thermostat that she's got. I don't know if she's on a Salas thermostat or our own protostats, but it'd be good for her to have some distance control over the heating. The problem with holiday lets is people walk in and they just turn them up to maximum and they go out to the pub all day and there's nobody in, and it costs a lot of money. That's what everybody does. We do the same thing in hotels. People are a lot more conscious of it nowadays, but it still happens. What they'll do as well is they will leave at the end of the holiday and they'll leave all the heating on. So you will find that they will, I won't say abuse, but not use the system in the correct way. If you need it locking down into a better system, with some maximums and some minimum temperatures in place, call us and we'll give you some advice. Or come to me if you want, and I'll give you some advice on it. But it's a bit hard to convey in such a short space for us. But give us a call and we'll see if we can help.
So we'd just like to know, which thermostat would you personally recommend to Suzanne?
Well, there's two that we would potentially use. I wouldn't say use our thermostat, which is the protostat, which is a built-in thermostat, because it's only local to that heater and it's got no remote access. But we do have two that we use, and that is the Salos system, which is our number one choice, and we have the heat miser system. And I believe the heat miser system has a landlord lock process in place where you can lock maximum temperatures and minimum temperatures. You can do similar things with the Salos thermostat, and that also gives you, like I say, distance control. They're the two that I would say. We sell both of them, and if you wanted to change your system from a protostat to a remote access system, all we have to do is replace the side panel, which, here you go, is one of these. We just replace the side panel, and it's just 2 screws at the top, two at the bottom, live neutral earth, and then we can swap it over to a Salos system or a heat miser system, and it'll give you that remote access where you can see the radiator temperatures and turn it up and turn it down as you wish. But give us a call and we'll help.
That leads nicely on to one of our other questions that we've had from Alex. So Alex has asked, what are the different thermostats we do, and how does he know which one he should get?
Well, I answered that question earlier with the Salos. Well, you've got protostat, which is built in, and it just controls that one radiator, so you can have one of them per room. We've got the heat miser that we said, and that controls, I think, up to 10 radiators. And then we've got the Salos that we use as well. The Salos is very sleek and slim in design. It's wall mountable and it's got some other features with it. In fact, here you go. We've just been handed one by the lovely Leonie. So this is the thermostat there, if you can see it. Oops, there we go. It's only slim design to go up and down controls. Very, very slim, only about 6 millimeters, 7 millimeters thick. Has a charging point at the bottom. And it mounts onto the wall as well. It's got a magnetic clip at the back here that just clips onto the wall. Very good piece of kit, very big, even display. And all you do to alter the temperature is just push the buttons. Well, oh, it's locked actually in this system. It's got a landlord lock on it at maximum temperature. But that's all you effectively do to it. And it, yeah, very good systems indeed. And they've all got remote access. The heat miser and the Salos.
So John has said that he wants to put a Neos 1.6 kilowatt heater in his static caravan. Can we tell him the length of the cable from heater to the plug so he knows if it will fit?
Yeah, the length of the cable from the radiator to the plug. Quite a while, I said, about a month ago, when we started manufacturing the radiators, we stopped putting a cable. We stopped putting a cable built into the system, and we did it for a couple of reasons. We were generating quite a lot of cable waste because it's very difficult for the engineers on the ground to translate the length of cable that was needed back to the people that build the radiator. So in answer to the question, it will get delivered with no cable on it, and we will put the cable on when we arrive to install the radiator. So we will make sure we have exactly the right amount of cable that's put in place and there'll be no wastage. And that can be as long or as short as you want it to be. Yeah, so the answer is you can have it, yeah, as long as you're sure you want it to be. There is no limit or minimum. Any more other questions there?
So Mark's asked a nice question. He's asked, what's the most rewarding part of your job as the inventor of the Neos?
The most, all these people that we have a fantastic working environment. Everybody that comes says it's absolutely brilliant. We have people coming off the street. We have visitors coming that want to come in and buy the radiators. We've got a marketing suite at the top. And it is really, really nice to get all of the comments. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's to see all these happy people and all the happy customers that we get. We don't keep everybody happy all the time, but we do our best to fix everything that we can if anything ever goes wrong. But yeah, it's the joy that it brings, I suppose. Yeah, it's good.
So Carla has asked, what's your favourite feature of the Neos?
My favourite feature of the Neos is my favourite feature of the Neos is a hidden feature that can't be accessed by programming alone. And I'll explain to you where we got this feature from. A friend of mine and a friend of my wife called Gail had her father living in the village where she lived, and what used to happen was he had dementia, God bless him, And what used to happen was he would turn the night storage heater off at the switch, and he'd forget, not at the switch, so he'd turn the night storage heater off at the control at the top, and he would forget how to put the system back in place, because he had Alzheimer's. And he would sit there, she'd go back around in the morning, he would be sat there with a coat on and a flat cap on, absolutely freezing, because he'd forgot to turn the system back on. So on hearing this, I put together a secret programming method that sits in the back of the radiator, hidden away I suppose. And what that does is this: if you turn the radiator off by pushing the little button in the middle to turn it off, and though it does go into an off mode, as soon as the temperature drops down to 10 degrees, it automatically kicks back in, and it livens up the radiator and maintains a 10-degree temperature in the room at all times until it's reprogrammed back in. So it can never go colder than 10 degrees. And that was just put in for people that turn it off and forget to turn it back on, or don't know how to turn it back on. That's I suppose my little sneak feature that's put in place. There's lots of other little ones, but that's one that rings home best, I suppose.
So James has asked, what do you think about heat pumps?
That's a really good question. What do I think about heat pumps? I think heat pumps are absolutely fantastic. I really do. And to have, to put 1 kilowatt in and get 4 kilowatt hours is a fantastic thing. And I think heat pumps in the right environment where they're installed correctly and all the heat counts are done for the room, and the radiators and the pipes and everything else is all put in place. When that is done, they're brilliant. They are brilliant. The unfortunate thing is, most occasions they're not spec'd right. They're too big, too small. The radiators that are in the home are not right. They do stuff like this on retrofit installations. And the whole system is just not installed correctly. And ultimately, what happened is the user ends up with a bad experience. And that bad experience could have been avoided if they were installed correctly. We do have a massive shortage of installers, and I don't know how we're going to catch that up, to be honest. And then what happens is heat pumps get a bad name. Heat pumps don't deserve a bad name because they are very, very, very good. They're not suitable for every location. Location rather. They're not good for flats and for other places, or terrace and things like this, but that's my opinion. I think they're great. We do think they're great. They're great products, but I just wish they were all installed a lot better, and it'd save a lot of problems for the customers, because ultimately it's the customer that suffers. They've got a big box that don't cool or heat the house, and they've spent a lot of money doing so. Yeah.
So Evan has asked, with so much technological development going into products, what's next, and are there any future advancements we can expect?
We've got a few products we're launching in the first and second quarter of this year, and you're right, technology is moving incredibly quick. When you look at some of the phase changing material and other things that are out there, it's incredible. It will slow down eventually, because it will get to a plateau where it can't get any better, and then we'll see some more advancements in technology that'll improve things. But from a Trust Electric Heating perspective, we've got things under test at the moment. We've got things that are coming out. We've got new software technology coming out. We've got new partnerships that are coming out, which hopefully will be brilliant. We've got the USA thing that's coming up, which hopefully that will be brilliant. It won't be there for a year or so. But we have got a few things that will hopefully give a good heating experience for the customers, and give them a little bit more flexibility in the next few months, yeah. Any other questions from the lovely marketing team?
So Maureen has asked, do we ever do discounts?
Yeah, we do, like other organisations where we have sales and events throughout the year. Black Friday is a classic one. And we do have one on normal holiday occasions like Easter coming up. We've got something coming there, so you can watch for that. I don't know what the qualifying is for, how it's going to be around, or where geographically it's going to be around, or is it going to be all over the country. The marketing team keep it quite secret away from us. Yeah, but yeah, we do have discounts put in place. We have 2 rolling discounts that are always there. We have an NHS discount that we put in just after COVID, for all them guys and girls that did a great job. And we have a veterans discount, just because I wanted to put one in, because I know how hard it has been in the military sometimes and how hard it is getting out. And I thought, if we can give a 10% discount to veterans and to NHS, then it would be a great benefit for them.
So Stan's asked, what does we compliant mean?
We compliant is how we, in simple terms, and I won't get overcomplicated, it's all about electrics and electronics disposable. It's how if we put electrical products onto the marketplace, how do we dispose of the ones that we bring in, and how do we offer, well, why do we offer a take back system at the end? So what we do as a product, every Friday, we're doing it today, I've been speaking to the lads today when they go out, we go to a place where we can, and this was all certified by government, we go to a place where we can dispose of the radiators and what they, like night storage and various other things that we take out, we dispose of them, and they separate the metal from the electronics and the thermostats and everything else, and then they dispose of them in the correct manner. And we as a company offer a take back system, so when the radiator comes to the end of its life, if you want to contact us, you just contact us and we'll come out, we'll remove the product and we'll take it away. Or if you are having an installation of our product and you are replacing your existing heating, whether that be gas, oil, LPG, night storage or electric panels, whatever it may be, we will take that away for you and we will dispose of it in the correct way of government have asked us to do. So yeah, that's what we compliant is. And you'll see the stickers. If you go onto the website, there is a page within 3 clicks, I think it is, where you can get to where you can see everything that's written and how we comply with everything we do. Good question though, very good question, very relevant.
So we've had a question from Scott.
Scott,
who has asked if he's not an electrician, can he install an EOS himself?
Yeah, you can. You just have to be a competent person, and in realistic terms, all of our radiators, except the 2.5, we can put on a plug if you really wanted it. You can just put it on a plug and plug it in. I haven't got a lid. Have I got a lid? Oh, I have got a lid. This is a lid from one of the little tiny radiators, and it's designed to help people do installations, because one of the hardest parts about installing a radiator is to get the brackets on the wall that are level and it's going to look right aesthetically. So with this system, it fits like that onto the radiator, so you can see it from the top, and at the back you can see it's got these 2 small cutouts. If you turn that upside down, you put it on the top of your skirting board, and then you mark those 2 U's. Those are the two places where the bars, I ain't got a bar, where the bars will go up and be fitted in a vertical way. Honestly, if you take that and you invert it to the top, when they're fitted vertically, this will just fit straight onto the top and you fit everything. So realistically, if you're fitting to plasterboard walls, all you need is a screwdriver and a spirit level, and that should be you really. That should be you. You can get some fancy fittings, some plasterboard fittings if you wish, but this guides you. So we have got a bar. Yeah, we have got a bar. These are the bars that fit on that system. So you can differentiate the top from the bottom, because the top's got a U cut into it. You can see that it's got a little U, and it's blocked off at the other end. The blocked off end goes to the top, and they just fit like so. So this is where they are going to go. And obviously, when you invert it and put it back on the top, it will fit in the right place. So if you have a spirit level and screwdriver, you can punch the holes in, put some plasterboard fittings in, and this will go straight on. All of our radiators will fit onto any wall, whether that be plasterboard, dry lime, anywhere really, brick walls, anywhere. Obviously with a brick wall you need a drill, but if you want to put it onto a plug you can do, and it can be plugged in. If not, you can put it onto a switch USB again, which is a very easy installation. But we can do all that for you. You know, we can come and fit everything. It's not difficult. And we've also got videos on QR codes that we can send out to you, and I believe you can get through the website or some of our literature, that we've got put some special videos in place showing you exactly how to do it, and they're very easy to do. So yeah.
And we've probably got time
Scott.
for one last question. So we've got one from Jamie, and he's asked, What does he do if he doesn't think any of our Neoses will fit in the space?
Move furniture. I don't know. We do have a good selection of sizes and ranges. So we have small ones which are only, like I said, about 44 centimetres high, but they're quite long. They go about 134 in width, or in length, sorry. And then we do have the vertical ones which are only 44 centimetres, about so far I believe it is. But they, again, where wall space is a premium, you can get a skinny radiator put in place that they can do that. But if they won't fit anywhere, unfortunately, we can't make them fit every location. But we do have a good selection. Any more questions? Can we get one more? I've got one more sneaking or not, or anything?
We've had a question in asking if we ever ship them abroad.
Yes.
I don't know where abroad, but anywhere abroad.
Yes, we do. We have people regularly. I say regularly, probably once a month. Once a month that will come in, and they'll have a holiday homes in. We've done France. We've done Italy. We've done Spain. We've also done Switzerland. We just had somebody that wants us to ship 2 containers to Kathmandu, somewhere like that. It's out in the middle of nowhere. So yes, we will ship abroad. The one in Switzerland we did was particularly good because it was in a millionaire's ranch in the Alps, and it was just a big glass building that faced out looking over the Alps. And they took about 15 2.5 kilowatt radiators, and they're still there now. They're still there. They're keeping the mountains warm or whatever it is that they're doing. But the feedback with that was fantastic. So yeah, we do ship, and we also cover nearly all of the Scottish Isles. We also cover Shetland. So we've been over to Shetland quite a few times. We've got Westside Electrical up there that will do any installations for us. We also do Isle of Wight. We also do Isle of Man. We do everywhere. Hopefully soon we'll be doing Guernsey, Jersey, other places like that. But yeah, we do ship if need be. Is that us? I think that's us. So thank you, everybody, for listening to me droning on. Any more questions or any suggestions that you want to put in place, please fire back into the marketing team, and we'll hopefully see you next week. If not, you can download this through Facebook Live. Yeah, okay, thank you very much, bye-bye.